The views on that stuff again, man. I'm not even gonna play with him this time, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and just straight hit that guy up, man, and see what's going on. Like, getting ridiculous.
What's up, bro? I ain't supposed to be talking to you right now, bro. I got my Bluetooth in, bro. I ain't supposed to have no phone here, bro.
Hey, bro. I'm not even gonna break down what's going on today, but yo, what's up, man?
I'm at the Augusta National, man. I got the little security job, man, doing the Masters tournament here in Augusta, bro. That's what I'm doing, man.
For real, bro. I'm just calling to let you know that we got Jamal Charles from Broken Reality on the show today.
Dang, Specks, you don't even have to be like that, bro. Like, it's not like, I gotta earn that money, man. I gotta earn that money, man. You already know.
I know you busy, spring break, whatever. We got him on the show. I'm finna interview him. Let you know, man. That's all. I'm not even asking you why you're not at the show, why you're not here, man. I don't care.
Yeah, man, hold it down, man. I'm here, man. I got this security detail, man. Like, but hey, it's dope, man. I think I even seen Tiger Woods here, man.
All right, bro. Be easy.
All right, bro. Hold it down. Welcome back to the hood. You know, it's chilling in the green box with Specks, Thompson, and The View. And once again, you know, The View's not here. But this time he's talking about he has to do security at the Master Tournament. And I think that's pretty crazy, but that's what teenagers do in Augusta. You know, they work at Masters, so I guess I accept it this time. But thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for coming on.
No problem. Anytime, man. Just holler at me and I'm on.
That's a bet, bro. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
My name is Jamal. I'm a founder of now Broken Reality Comics. I also used to work on my own as Artistic Realm Creation, but now I've partnered with BRC and we making things happen through that.
Cool. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So here in this show, you know, I'm trying to be different than other shows, and
got you.
Just don't go in here, you know, blab an hour about their Kickstarters or whatever. I want people to know about the creator themselves, you know, and know more about y'all so they can feel more inclined to support y'all, you know.
Real.
So this is why I call it Chill in the Green Box. You're on the East Coast, so you might get a reference, you know. A lot of my guests, they don't get a reference because where they're located at. Yeah. But the Green Box, are you familiar with the Green Box?
Nah.
All right, so
I don't get the reference, bro. Yeah, so break it down for me.
All right, so Green Box is a green electrical box that's be sitting in front of neighborhoods and houses.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. So
that we sat on as kids.
Yeah. So you said on. Yeah, you said on. Yeah.
I'm on. You just had to. As soon as you said that, I was ready. I got you.
Yeah, I got you. Just like back in the day, now we're gonna chill and talk or whatever. And with the first segment, it's called breaking it down, because when you sit on there, you used to break things down with your friends, the concepts, and stuff like that. Yeah. So this time, you know, in this segment, we're gonna break your brain down with some icebreaker questions, so people know more about you.
All right, I'm with you.
All right. So my first question: what motivates you?
My kids, man. Simple. My kids. I want to make sure that I have something for them when it's my time. You know, I want to make sure that they're set up for success. My parents are still living, of course, but I didn't get that treatment. I had to go there and get it from wherever I needed to, you know. So they did their best they could to give me what I needed, but I'm from the hood, you know what I'm saying? So I'm from the hood, so it ain't no it wasn't no here you go, take it and go. It was more like get it. I'm gonna give you this, but you got to make that. So
get it how you live, right?
Right.
All right. Next question. What movie scene that still gives you goosebumps every time you see it still?
Oh, that's a good one, man. I used to play football, so I'm gonna take it to Remember the Titans, man. When Petey dropped the football, fumbled the football, and gave him that speech, bruh, that right there, it means a lot because it makes you want to hold yourself accountable. That accountability, like you know in the back of your mind, look, if I fuck this up, I gotta go take care of that in the back. So, and he held everybody to that same standard. So,
see, I play football too. If I want to give him a football movie reference like that, I say when Bowie Miles got hurt.
Ooh, yeah, that was a good one too. That was a good one too.
Then he tried to come back and he still messed up. I was like, man, that career ender, man. That career ended. Yeah. All right. What thing do you do that seems strange? What thing that you do that you always done that might seem strange to others?
I don't react. Like a lot, like once you get to know me and break me down and all that, a lot of people you sit there and you be like, how you stay so calm in all these situations? Like, I'll tell you like this. I used to be a district manager at Waffle House, and when I was a unit manager, it was me and one or two other employees on like a Saturday or Sunday. It was like the busiest day. And my night shift, yeah, they were still there at the time, but they was all griping and complaining about they tired and all that. So I'm the type of person, I don't like people to complain. If you're gonna complain, do something about it. Like, so I told them, I said, y'all can go. And the other two was like, so what we gonna do? I said, we're gonna just make it happen. Like, what else we gonna do? Like, it don't make sense to complain. It don't make sense to fuss and fight about it. It is what it is at the end of the day. Either you're going to do something about it or shut up.
Yeah.
So that's the type person I am.
Yeah. I used to be a person to react and go off the hinges and stuff. But being my fiance now, we both can't do that. So,
right.
I'm calming down a little bit.
You got to.
Then in my new job, I got a promotion.
Yeah.
So I'm so used to cussing somebody out, but now I gotta hold my tongue.
You can't do that.
So they don't open door me and put me in the office. So it's like,
oh yeah.
They be saying some fly stuff out their mouth, man. I be like, man, like I can just cut you out real good time.
I want to give it to you, but
yeah. But I catch you real quick when you need that favor. I got you. Deny.
Right.
Yeah. But that's the end of that segment. That was breaking it down. Next we move into back issues.
Right.
As being in comic books, you should be familiar with the back issues. For people who don't know, it's when you want to know about character's origin story, you go to their back issues. So if you want to know more about the Iron Fist, you go to his back issues and learn about his origin story. So now we're gonna go into your back issues to find more about your origin story.
Okay.
All right. Where are you from and what do you call your hood?
I'm from New Orleans. I moved around a lot, so I can say Algiers. They called it right in the scatter sites. I can say Marrero and that is Ames Project. I stayed in for a while, or I can say let's see. I stayed in Woodmere for a little minute too. So it all depends on where you go. But I moved around a lot. So I hung out with a lot of different people in a lot of different hoods. And anywhere I go, I'm still, what I'm saying, they everything good. But I moved around a lot. I can even think of the Appaloosas, man. I forgot about my people out there.
I think I've been to Appaloosa. I think I've been there. Because I used to work with artists. Then we come after the studio or after the show. They're like, come down the hood, come hang out. But like, when you naming those names, or the names sound familiar though. But I was like, man, I've really been a real hood in New Orleans. But Appaloosa sounds about right. But I remember we went to this one. Oh man, I don't know the name of the place, man. It was a restaurant. I think it was. I want to say it's about some railroads or not. They're still like, dude straight up told me like, yeah, just get y'all food, stay in the building, then once y'all get back in the car, like don't play around outside. I wish I could get a name of it too, man.
What was it, Appaloosas?
No, it was in New Orleans. Like, I don't know. I want to say it was about like a 4-way railroad track though. I can't remember, man. But
you got a couple of them, bro.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the place, man. It was like, hey, just stay there. Don't communicate. Just get your food and get it done. And the dude was from there. Like,
yeah, they got some areas. You if you from there, man. Yeah, I know a lot of people that might be in and out of here, but it's still
what was safe. Where was Young Greatness from?
Young Greatness? Shit, I don't remember. I know you're talking about. Fuck.
Yeah, because I did some stuff with him a couple times too. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. Another artist. I mean, there's not nobody big artist besides him. I mean, it was a dude named Max Payne. You know,
Okay.
what was
You
the
might
other?
have worked with Danger.
Danger sounds familiar.
Yeah, he was big local in the area for a minute. He stayed in Algiers, literally right down the street from me.
Okay.
So
It seemed like it's hard to get out once you out the city once you in the streets. It sounds like you stuck.
yeah, you kind of stuck in the jungle. It's the somewhat you like that living and that lifestyle because you get used to it, you know what I'm saying? And you can never find that feeling nowhere else. Like in the hood, you can walk outside and see whoever, and it's love there still. And y'all don't even really, y'all don't even talk to each other every day. Like you just see them. You go to the same gas station all the time. They recognize you. You know what I'm saying? They know what you want before you even get in there. Y'all got your own language and stuff like that. Like I used to do music a long time ago, and I used to go to the gas station. They had brothers right up the street from us. They had Mr. Money. He was up there straight up the street. Like it was all love. Anytime you went up in them stores, you know what I'm saying? They already knew what you was there for. They got you down pat. They still watch over the kids, you know what I'm saying? Making sure nobody just mess over them and all that. So it's still, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there's always them bad apples and stuff like that. So
Since you brought up music, that is my next question.
yeah.
What was your first experience with music that really intrigued you and that you enjoyed?
I would say that was probably shit. Like, all right, so my dad used to aggravate us. He was the type of pops that if you sitting in the car with him, you know what I'm saying, and he got on that rap that shit, you'll be just chilling, listening to it, and you start singing it. Nah, fuck that. You don't know them grades like that song turning and shit. And then all you start hearing is them old school hits. And when you get older in life, you start to appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like the Earth, Wind, and Fires, that was his shit. Frankie Beverly and Maze, all that. You start to realize it, and you're like, all right, I can see what Pops was thinking when he hit it. But at that was my first like real thing, but it was a sour. It was kind of fucked up. My first positive one will probably be with my aunt, my auntie. She was just taking us around when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, and she actually was listening to the music that I wanted to hear. So she had on Soldier Slim at the time. That was my go-to right then and there. So
okay. You say you should do stuff with music as well?
Yeah. Me, my brothers, my cousins, some people from the hood that we hung in. I did a lot of producing too. I was one of the producers, well, the producer between all of us. Besides this other guy, Rome, he was the first person to let us work under him. You know what I'm saying? Air quotes, quote unquote, sign. We was still in high school. Yeah. Talking about, yeah, y'all can rap with me and all of that. And we did, being naive. We didn't get no paperwork. It wasn't no paperwork and nothing like that. Just the fact that he had his own studio, you know what I'm saying? And he was actually making music and putting stuff out. We was happy to be under that for a while. And then that's why I took it a step further and was like, look, let's do our own thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What was your first comic book or comic related TV show that did the same thing and intrigued you and was like, hey, I like comics?
I started with the TV shows first. When I was young, I didn't really like reading, so reading was the enemy. So I started off with like the X-Men animated series, Superman and Batman ones, Spider-Man, like all of that. And then when my older brother would have to go to the library, and all I could do is either walk around or read, I decided to read comic books. And that's how I actually got into comic books. I would always go every time he would go to the library or something like that to work on something. I'll be in the comic section reading for hours, and he'll have to come get me. So
what was the first one that like said, okay, this stuff right here pretty cool. Let me keep reading this.
I don't remember the specifics. I know it was a Batman one.
Okay, so Batman got you.
Yeah, it was the artwork on it, like the cover. I could still kind of see it, like, but it was a Batman comic. I know that for a fact.
That's dope. That's dope. So now this question, the trick question. I got a chart with this one. So
all right.
When did you find out that you're a blurred?
It was when I got older.
That's been a trend. Is real high or real low? Like people did it real young and they got that older.
Like I used to watch the stuff. Like I used to watch the Inuyashas. I used to watch everything all that old stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yu Hakusho. I used to be into it. I used to stay up late at night. My younger brother would tell you.
Late night, like Toonami Loud, late night run.
And all that. Yeah, I was there. But
yeah,
I didn't like as I got older because I played sports and stuff. It kind of took me away from it, and I was still trying to chase girls and trying to rap and all of that. So I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? So as I got older and back in college and all of that, it all started flowing back to me, and I got back into it, and I actually started reading comic books instead of my textbooks. Mm-hmm. So I finally did end up graduating, but that's when I fell back into it, and my wife would tell you like it's been there since.
Yeah, see, just by you kind of confirming the averages, it seems like I think it's like I told my last guest. I think it's just who I am. That I was in the music industry and do comics, so I guess I present that off when I do stuff. So people who gravitate towards me do the same thing, like you. Yeah. So it seemed like most of my guests that did music and did comics, it was what I'm calling a nerd or a geek gap. And everybody tends to do the same type of gap, really being like sports and stuff like you. Or music as well. It's like that same gap versus people who wasn't, sports related or music. It did real early when they was like in middle school or elementary school like that. So
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Because mine was probably from like 9th grade until like college was funny. College was like I felt like I was a nerd. But when I tried to do nerd things in college, I found I wasn't that.
Wasn't that much.
Because, like you come to the house, like at my friend's house, I'd be the guy like if like all day long y'all was getting whooped on Tekken or Marvel's Capcom. They'd be like, call Specks and call Specks. Specks come in and I'd be gonna beat anybody. So when they run them tournaments in college, I was like, man, I can beat these scrubs.
I'm running that shit.
And they worked me. I remember when I found out I wasn't that good at Tekken. It was a tournament I went to. I still was doing all right in college. I lose here and there, but I wasn't getting scrubbed. I went to a tournament they had. I met the dude had Brian Fury. I never forget. It said ready fight. He popped me up. He carried me to one wall. I bounced the wall, carried me all the way back, and I died. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's a combo. And I was like, all right, I know next time. So next round 2, I parried and tried to get hits in. He reversed it. Same thing to the other side. I'm like, golly. Damn. So I had to go to the internet and look at these combos because I didn't do moves. I didn't know you had like wall bounce combos. Like once you mess up, the person dead. So I had to learn. Bro. Every fighting game was like that. Marvel's Capcom, all that stuff.
Yeah, bro. I found somewhat of the same thing. I was just going in the Union, and they had these dudes. They literally dressed up in the cosplay, playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I was out there just going in, and me, I'm like, all right, I used to play with the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Let me see what they got. And they playing all kind of combos I never seen before. All kind of cards I never.
See, it changed up. Changed up when you was playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I found that too. Like I had a card back in the day. I used to win all the time. It was called Final Countdown. It was like in 10 or 20 turns or whatever like that. I win. Yeah, so I was drag it out, so I just win anyway. But now you play Yu-Gi-Oh, the game over in 2 turns.
Exactly, dog. I just like I tried to play it one day. The Duel Links, I think it's called.
I didn't even try to download that game. I already knew what time it was.
Man, I'm seeing all kind of comments, man. I'm like, bro, I can't keep up with this shit. It's over. I'm thinking you gotta tribute something and all
Yeah,
that.
you don't do that no more.
Yeah, they synchroing and X, Y, Z, and all. I'm like, man,
put my whole hand in a graveyard, and I can get 5 more and resurrect this monsters, in the graveyard. Like, y'all tripping.
I'm like, bro, come on, man. How you even know this? You read all that on that damn card?
Yeah. Oh, I get to search my deck for this one card right here that allows me to trigger this another card that special summons this card. Yeah. Exactly. Only time I was like that deep in the cards was the Dragon Ball Z cards. The Dragon Ball Z cards, they was like that. Like if you had the right set, like you get into somebody. Cause I guess they probably took the Dragon Ball Z formula because it was like the same way.
Like, that makes sense. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? With Dragon Ball Z, you know, certain people can just wash anybody with one move.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, that's funny though. Like, yeah, I don't know. This doing these interviews have been, been fun to see the people because I've been either interview like comic creators that was rappers or rock band people or producers. It's crazy because when we in these groups, we don't say, yeah, I used to do music, So when I'm interviewing people, I did rock band. I used to go on tour with this person. I used to be just drum person. I'm like, dang, for real? Like, it's
like, I don't know. It just feel like you be so deep into your craft. That's all you want to present to people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you actually kind of forget that you was a person before it. So.
Yeah. But that's the end of that segment. I finna go into the a segment that's like a two-parter or a two-part meeting.
Okay.
The hotkeys. Being in music, DJs that have buttons on their turntables, they can press go to a specific point in the song to get the crowd hype.
Right.
Play a specific song during a specific time. At 1:00, you want to drop, Meek Mill's, Dreams and Nightmares or something like that. Get everybody hyped up.
Yeah.
So also in comic books, hotkeys are like when our character's first appearance, may happen, or when a writer or artist first get on a project, you want to get that, graded and slabbed, whatnot, because value can go up. Or when apparently when a movie's getting ready to come out of that specific scene of that story. So with this, I'm finna go on a specific topic that we discussed earlier. That you want people to know more about you in general, so they can take that interview. So, with my first question is, why choose a name like Broken Realities for a publishing company?
Well, we started off as The Expanse. When we first started out, it was The Expanse. But even before that, a lot of us was part of a group called the Indie Alliance, which was basically a lot of indie comic creators coming together and talking about and trying to help each other out. But as time went on, we I don't want to say disbanded it, because it's still kind of going on, and we still have a Discord for everybody that was members, and we still talk, but it's not as we don't push it as much. So then we became The Expanse, which was us. We were just, some of us that was in the Alliance was coming together to make a book, like taking everybody one character and kind of like, putting out a book where all of them are together. So as we was continuously working and continuously talking, we started trying to make this whole universe where all our characters can live in. And that's where we're at now. And eventually that conversation became like, why are we keeping all this separate? Like, if we already working together on this to put this one book out, we working to put all our characters in the same universe to make that even better, and they can constantly cross over. Like, why don't we just join our publishing companies? And that's what we did. And then we started talking, and it became a point where we felt like The Expanse might be a name because they have a lot of companies and movies and stuff like that called The Expanse. So it's like, let's just take away from that and take a scene out of our book, which broken reality comes from all our realities being broken, and that's when we merge everything into one. Like everybody, we already had books before we started planning this, so we have to make it make sense. So that's where broken reality comes from, and the whole backstory.
All right. So, is it more like a milestone comics type of thing, or is it more like an Image comics?
At first it was supposed to be an Image. Yeah, Image. It was more like Image because we was still planning on trying to separate everybody. I would say it's more like we all just putting stuff out. We all splitting all the profits together. We do have a couple people that we took on as writers, and we're just publishing their books for them. But mainly for the founding members, it's more like a partnership in the business.
Okay. All right. I mean, how many titles? I guess y'all put out in general.
That's a lot of titles.
Okay, so what's like? That's what like three.
Right now we launching our website tomorrow.
Okay.
We're let me not say that. We're relaunching because it's been out already, but we're relaunching it with everything brand new. A lot of us merging. You can actually see that happening because before we was all separate. So now we done the web. We're doing the website and it's merging everything together, and it's beautiful. But to answer your question, I think what the question was again.
Oh well, I help you out. So the books you gave me, the Final Wilder, Elements of Agony, and Broken Realities, is that your books or is that the publisher company books?
The first two is mine. Final Wilder and Elements of Agony are my books.
Okay.
Broken Reality is our 6 of us combined books. Well, more than 6 of us actually, but some of our partners and all of the combined book. But we have 51 books we'll have 51 books total on the site. With I think it's like 14 or 15 different titles, maybe 20 something. Like 20 something different titles. Yeah.
Okay, y'all working.
Yeah.
Y'all working. Well, you answered some of my questions. You know, it's about 6+ of y'all. 50 titles. That's a lot. And the website do drop tomorrow. By the time the interview go out, it'd be already up and running.
Yeah.
I have the link or whatever in the show notes so people can come visit it or
Appreciate
whatever.
It.
And I'll probably have it come across screen or something too. I don't know. But my next thing, did you make a project about weed Power Rangers or something?
Yeah, so that's one of our writers. We talked. One of our other founders talked to him a lot, Gruff, and we're gonna be coming out with a Kickstarter for him. The Super ChronicRangers. It already came out with the first 2 issues. That's the first 2 issues going to be on the site under I think Tiny Tots. I'm not 100% sure on that name yet, but it's going to be up on the site. But we revamped it, changed a lot of the artwork and all that kind of stuff. So we're trying to relaunch it under a different bandana a little bit. But it's dope. Like it's to break it down a little bit. The story is about I think it's 6 characters. They smoke basically, of course, and it talks about the effects of it, and they have dreams basically, or just images of paranoia and stuff like that, and they go through these events where they might fight this person or save that person, but in reality it's all them just
being high.
So it's it's a real dope concept, and they all of course smoke different strands and all that kind of stuff, so you see all kind of different images and different visions and stuff like that.
So how in depth are you going to that? So do you like have like the real strands on there, like it's like some runts. They smoke runts, so this why this happened.
See that's something you gotta see. You gotta go to
Okay.
the book for that.
Okay.
That's what you gotta go to the book for.
All right. I feel you. You said a Kickstarter for that's coming out soon, or
yeah, 420. That's when we launched it. It's on the right. You know,
cool. And with your books, The Final Wielder, what is that?
All right, so I got a lot of reviews done on it. I released it in 2020, and this one they say it was a Indiana Jones Green Lantern crossover. But
what?
To be honest, it's all about the first issue is about Charles. Charles, he finds this amulet and he doesn't know nothing about it. Like he's an archaeologist, so he's on the dig trying to make.
Sound like he's black too.
Yeah, he definitely black. Look almost like me. That was my first character I made, so he just followed my structure a little bit. But he finds this amulet, and it changes his life. Basically, it tells him a story about all his diggings, like trying to piece together everything that he knows, because of course he's an archaeologist, he's in the history and stuff like that. So it's just telling him, look, what you said back then they think you crazy about, it's right. This is the universe. It's 6 different universes, not just y'all out here. And of course Charles, he's he thinking that you know, as humans, we thinking, some of us think that we're the only ones out there and we're the only we're hive knowing and we know everything. But in actuality, the guy that's in his the amulet, Andrew, he knows a lot more and he's more vast because he's one of the Universal Council members. So he knows everything that goes on in this particular realm. So he goes to tell him that, hey, you found one of the amulets. There's 2 other amulets out there. And we have to get these amulets because there's some bad people coming by looking for them. And they're going to try and destroy the planet, just take over the universe if they find it beforehand. So he goes on this training right now, and all in the same issue. He goes in this training, he shows his family and all that. Like he's telling them, hey, I gotta do this. You know, it shows that family bond of him talking to his wife, you know, letting them know, look, we celebrating and all of that. So I think I have issue 2 just about ready. The artwork is done for issue 2. I only just gotta put in the lettering and all of that. So I'm not sure if we're gonna release it this year, because right now we don't have anything slated to release in a couple months. So we might put it out this year, or we might put it off and release something else. But I also have Elements of Agony almost done. So
yeah. And what's that? That's same universe, different universe? How does that work?
Elements of Agony and The Final Wielder are in the same universe. Yeah, they I kind of throw hints about it in the book if you actually reading and paying attention to both of them. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of references. For one, Andrea is in both books. He's very prominent. I'll give away one of the secrets. Henry is a shapeshifter, so he can manipulate his body. And in one book, he shows his true form, and in the other book, he doesn't. So it kind of throws the reader off a little bit. But if you pay attention, you know they're the same person. But Elements of Agony is about, of course, Agony, or Kajal is her real name. She made her family way before her made a deal with Ambry, whereas they'll become the protectors of Earth and they'll be able to wield these elements. And in return, they got something that I haven't told yet. They have gotten something, and besides the powers, so they basically protect the world and try and mediate between the werewolves, witches, vampires, and
so it's a supernatural book.
Yeah. So she's really trying to deal with the death of her parents, and she wants to find the killer, and she realizes her aunt been lying to her and keeping secrets. So she gets pissed off at her aunt. She is a powerhouse. So they go through it, and then she like Agony is a real hothead. So she does something, pisses off the Trinity, which is the werewolves, witches, and vampires, and they got hell to pay for her. Like, and there's a new character that comes up too that I haven't revealed in issue 1 really, but in issue 2, the new character will play a heavier role in the whole series.
Cool.
Yeah.
How's it working with other creators? You know, to get a project completed, or just work with them in general?
It all depends. Like, you got your good ones and your bad ones. I'm not gonna sit here and say I might not be the perfect person to work with, but I've had before, when I first started out, it was me and a couple other guys that was supposed to be doing this project, Define the Wielder, all together. It was, you write this character, you produce this book, I'm gonna write this one, you write this one, and they all meet. You know, we're all after these same amulets. We come together. This is the team. Well, of course, I wrote my book. My book came out. Hey, everybody! Nothing else.
So now, how long ago was that?
That was 2019 is when we started writing it. 2020 is when I actually put out my issue, and we broke up officially like this thing, and I just took it on and was like, hey, I put too much work in this one book to just let it go off on the wayside. So I'm just letting y'all know that I'm gonna keep on this Final Wielder series. And I started it, everybody was okay with it, and I took it there and put it out on I think it was September or October of 2020.
So you think that happened because y'all didn't have an editor?
It could be. Like, we didn't have anybody to really hold any of us accountable besides each other. Mm-hmm. It was just pretty much, hey, you do your thing. We'll meet up on such and such day. Once you finish, we'll meet up on such and such day. And you know that don't always go as planned. So eventually, such and such day never came. And when we did meet up or talk just normal, it was like, hey, where you at on your book? Oh, I ain't even been doing it, bro. I just let it go. Well, I'm on such and such. Oh, I'm gonna start back up then. I'm gonna get it together. And I'm gonna hit it up. We can meet up such and such day. And those days don't come and all that. So it's just like,
yeah. Okay. So is a new team you got now? Are y'all better at it?
Yeah, new team. We good. We hold each other accountable. We got a lot of rules that we took on from day one that we put into place to make sure that everybody is held accountable from top to bottom. Everybody have their own roles. We decided to make soon as we started. Like, it was like, hey, you good at this? That's your role. You good at that? That's your role. What you think you can do? Okay, I can do this. We just kept going. I'm over the sales team myself. I have sales and marketing experience. I graduated with a degree in business administration and marketing. I've worked in sales a lot. So I'm kind of like the person that keep everything in line as far as the book titles, making sure all the sales that can happen, and making sure that the company is actually trying to make money and staying afloat.
Okay. That's dope. I glad you learned from the first trip, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for now, if I go to the next segment of the show, it's called Digging the Crates, which is also another two-parter question. You know, and music world, you know, music lovers, they'll dig in the crates, you know, find the albums or vinyls, you know, they love, and, you know, try to pull it out, you know, for nostalgia reasons.
Right.
As well as comic book readers do the same thing and dig through the same box, you know, looking to, you know, maybe that Batman issue, you know, that triggered you as a kid to start reading comics or anything. So in this segment, we're finna digging crates. I'm gonna give you two questions, you know, kind of like a Nobel Prize type of question. You know, people can take something from this interview with you at the end.
Okay.
With
I'm
that being
even nervous like that, man.
it's easy, man. It's easy. So with this question, since being from New Orleans, right, and New Orleans don't have any kind of representation superhero wise, no Marvel, Marvel or DC. I mean they do, but they don't highlight it like that. So if you had to create a character that represent New Orleans, what would it be?
I kind of mixed it in a lot more with elements of agony. Because you see the dreads, you see the voodoo within Xena, one of the witches. You see the bayou side with the werewolves living there. So I kind of you even see the big city area with the vampires. You go to one of their penthouses and you see it. Like, so I kind of already started incorporating it without really putting it out to the public. Like, here's New Orleans, take it and go. I kind of just subtly just dropping gems about it and kind of keep it relevant like that. That's how I would rather do it, rather than kind of just throw it in your face and be like, hey, I'm from New Orleans, take this, bitch. I'd rather just, you see it, but don't have to explain the situation.
No way. And do you think Sam Wilson is a good representation, or you think he's pretty bland?
He him, you know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I'm trying to think of more, but like that's all I got. I think it's one more.
You got Gambit. I like the Gambit a little more.
Oh, because the Creole thing.
Yeah,
Creole
thing, but he ain't a true fit. Like, he don't have that swagger. So, like, I don't know. Like,
I think, it's not really
more of the French Quarter side, like the side.
Are you an active comic book reader?
I read a lot. Like, well, I read a nice bit. More now. I'm more into the educational side. Okay. I'll give I'll just tell it. I haven't announced it or said anything about it yet, but I'm currently working on researching into Egyptian gods and stuff like that.
So why branch in Egyptian when you right there in the bayou? You could do the voodoo ones.
Cause I've been wanting to look into the gods and stuff like into that culture and stuff.
See, because I don't went to the because my kids are part Haitian because my fiance. So I was I didn't do all my books at this point, but I had to venture in the voodoo stuff. So I'm like, okay, New Orleans voodoo. And I'm like, wait, that's different from Haitian voodoo. Haitian voodoo from West African voodoo. So I was like, oh, okay. So I'm not sure we Facebook friends or not, or you see me promoting. If you see me promote my manga, I spelled it VODUO.
Yeah,
a Haitian thing. So it's not the VOODOO. So it's totally different. So
right, that's something I know a little bit about as well. And I'm kind of leaving that to Elements of Agony. Mm-hmm. Like, Xena is gonna go a lot more into that culture a lot. So I didn't want to go make another book more so about that. So that's why I went to the Egyptians more so, and I've been reading up and learning about that. I figured it's gonna take me a while because if you do your research, it's a lot of Egyptian gods and it's a lot of family trees and all that's involved in it. I want to make it everything I do. I try and relate back to it as factual as possible. Okay. So some of my characters, if you Google their names, they're already existing. Like Fenry was already a wolf. If you go into it, his background is a wolf that's very popular. So I kind of keep it into that same realm. So I'm trying to keep that. I want to keep the Egyptian story I create somewhat close to those characters or those mythological beings.
Cool. So my next question, if you had to start a movie from one of your series, pick anyone, would you do most of the filming, you know, in New Orleans? And if you would, what actor would you pick to play your lead character? Charles, I guess.
Ooh, yeah, I would do most of it in New Orleans. I definitely would like to.
What film
I would
company would you use?
say, huh?
What film company would you use?
I would try and keep it. I would have to do more research, to be honest.
Okay.
Like just because of the simple fact that I would want to keep it as close and original as I can to the area.
Okay.
Like I would want to make it more so authentic as possible, because I wouldn't want somebody to wash my stuff, you know. Mm-hmm. So I would have to go into it with someone that actually knows somewhat about the culture, somewhat about animations and all of that kind of stuff. Like I want to make sure that they're not just somebody out for a check, you know. Yeah. So as far as the company is that, but as far as actor playing, I would say probably I would like Jonathan Majors. He'll be pretty good for it.
Okay.
For Charles, their build is pretty much similar. He would be probably good. And if I was to say, I thought I had somebody else, but nah, I can't think of anybody else. Yeah, it'll probably be him or somebody that's more newer and upcoming. Because I feel like Jonathan Majors, he may draw more attention and make it more so about his acting and stuff like that. But he would be a good actor. His build and all that will work out perfectly for Charles.
Okay. I heard you say animation, so it'd been animated, not live action.
I don't know, bro. Like I want to do the live action a lot. Like when I first started off, that was one of my goals. Like just sitting there looking at what Stan Lee did with Marvel. I don't like what DC was doing. So
see, that's the opposite. I ain't like DC, but okay, I watched the Flash. Now I watched all the Flash until I forgot when I stopped watching the Flash. I think after Final Crash, I stopped watching Flash. But like Black Lightning, bro, I love the Black Lightning show, bro. That's like I turned people on my job by. I was like, hey man, I know y'all watch superheroes though, but like, you ever thought of a black dude? Superhero watch this, because it's really what it's about. Like,
right.
I ain't like Luke Cage. Luke Cage was like so boring.
I felt like Luke Cage was something that they just pushed out there just to push out there.
Yeah, but Black Lightning though, like it had like his daughter smoking weed on the top of the house, and
and
how he just came to the hotel just whooping everybody, but like dudes couldn't get from the lightning. I'm like, okay, like he like it's real serious. Like I understand, like I can believe this being a superhero, you know.
Yeah.
Versus Luke Cage working at a barbershop, then he go beat a dude getting hit by rocket launchers and stuff like that. So
I like DC TV shows better, but I like Marvel movies better.
Okay, makes sense. So you're not liking the Disney Plus shows?
Most of them, no. Okay. I watched a couple of them, and I just feel like it was destroying the storyline a little bit. Like at least what I thought was going on in the show, and it's kind of diversion away from the comics a little bit, which is understandable, but still, in all, you taking a character from a comic book, you're not just making up a character yourself. So
what's gonna be? I'm cool with it right now, but what's gonna be it for me is will be that Daredevil show, because I love Daredevil, the Netflix one. That was dope.
Yeah, I did like the Netflix
that Born Again show. That's where it's on the diverge at. You know, you bring back Punisher. You know, you doing things. You got this Kingpin, Punisher, all in the same show. So
I ain't like the Punisher TV show was up and down for me. Like it was a roller coaster ride, because just some scenes I liked it a lot, but then as soon as you get into it, they do something stupid, and you're just like, man, he wouldn't do this dumb shit like that. So, but I don't know. That is a question for me too. Like I don't know what they're gonna do with
Cause I like She-Hulk. I knew I was coming into She-Hulk when they first announced it. That was like it's like is it Ally McBeal?
Yeah.
Yeah. I said okay. My mom used to watch that back in the day, so I get it. Cause I already like WandaVision. I was like, okay, WandaVision supposed to be like a sitcom show. Okay, I get it. So I like She-Hulk. It makes sense to me. But at the same time, Moon Knight did not like Moon Knight. Miss Marvel, it was basically Homecoming Spider-Man. Loki was dope.
Yeah.
Captain and Winter Falcon. Winter Soldier. I don't know what they was going like. It's cool because they was shooting and fighting people, but at the same time, like,
what was the point?
Yeah, it's like lethal weapon, like great value lethal weapon or something. Man.
Exactly.
And Hawkeye, what was that?
Exactly. Like I don't know. So
Hawkeye would have been better for me if Kate Bishop would have popped up in other shows. But ever since Hawkeye, she's just gone.
Yeah, that's right.
Miss Marvel's been in more stuff so far than her.
I don't know. I think they're trying to do something with Miss Marvel, I guess. Like
Jesus, I don't know by now, but I know years ago when they was like pushing her in the games and TV shows and stuff like that, she was a super popular character. I don't know how popular she is now, but at the time it was like Spider-Man, Wolverine, Deadpool, Squirrel Girl, and Miss Marvel. It was like something like that.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, in book wise, they kind of wrote her off because they got the Kamala law. So like that's like their version of like an Abuse and Restoration Act. So now Marvel Comics, they teenage superheroes can't fight crime unless they have an adult superhero with them, and it's because of her. So all the teenagers like Miles Morales, the Totally Awesome Hulk, all them, they can't really fight no more because so they wrote them off. So that's why you don't see issues or stories about them because they can't do nothing unless they got an adult with them now. So
that's just, I don't know, man. Like we grew up on that kind of stuff though. Like from Power Rangers, it was just all teenagers right there. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
In the name.
It's in the name.
Yeah, so, and you read the first issues of that, they actually killed. He was trained to kill.
They used to go, wow, boy. They used to do some shit. So yeah.
But yeah, that's dope though. Yeah, that's all I got, man. Tell the people where they can find your stuff. Well, after this interview, this should be up by then. But tell people where they can find your stuff at and get books. Get these 50+ books y'all gonna have, man.
Oh yeah, man. We're gonna have a lot of books. We pushing to get more out too. Like that's the crazy thing. When we first initially started, we was trying to do maybe 2 or 3 books a year, and just that way we can kind of keep pushing through and always have that detail. But a couple of us are like, man, let's push these books out. So we're gonna be trying to organize and push books out a lot. But once we get this groundwork taken care of with this website, I think that it'll make everything a lot more smoother. It's broken-reality-comics.com. That's it. That's the website that we're gonna go to, and that's what's gonna be selling all our books from. The Alpha series, Legends, Super Dragonfly, Sentinel, Shadow. Like it's a lot. It is a lot.
Okay. And they want to follow y'all on a journey, or you on a journey as creators, or just in general. Where can they follow you?
The company, of course, is Broken Reality on Instagram. And Facebook. We're working on getting everything back together. Myself, Jamal on Facebook, the Creator Mall on Instagram. That's my handles. I don't have a Twitter. I used to have it. I had it for like a month or 2. I didn't like Twitter, so I just stick to Instagram and Facebook right now. And that's where you can follow me at Jamal and the Creator Mall.
Cool. All right, man. Thanks for coming on, man.
Appreciate it this time, bro.
All right.
Hey, that's the show, man. Appreciate my guest, man. Jamal, you was great, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out Broken Realities. Check out the website. Check out all their projects, because you know he said he got like 50 plus is going to be on there. They should be over there now. Go check them out. And my co-host, The View, even though he never shows up, always something to do. Check out his work too at legacytheview.com. And you can follow him at his journeys at Legacy the View. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at Specks706 on all social media. And if you want to be on the show, hit us up at chillongreenbox@gmail.com or chillongreenbox on social media. I'm out.